Good morning. My name is Future Arfi. I am an adjunct lecturer at UF. I am teaching a course on cultures and politics in North Africa. So I deal with many countries in North Africa and looking at different aspects, and specifically with the idea of decolonizing. I mean, the mind or the future or the present, it's like very interesting for me. It's my topic of interest. Um, Coming to UF is very interesting. I went back to school when I was in my 40s. I started to think as an immigrant, how can I have a better life, but also how can I make my community wherever I live to be a better situation. So I started to do topics of family studies and counseling. Interestingly, I jumped to anthropology in a way, but then I find anthropology to be a topic, although starting with an idea of the West, but just to think about representing cultures is just fascinating for me. So I did my PhD here as an anthropologist, and I am working in different themes. My work that I did was going back home in Algeria, where I was born, and thinking about a topic that was always in my mind, specifically elders talking about the time of colonialism, how they lived. But more than that, how can we think about the other, although they came through the colonials, but still they were neighbors, they were teachers and students, they were doctors, farmers, and it was fascinating for me to find exactly what I was thinking of, that we cannot have a bipolar world. So my dissertation was on decolonizing the mind in a way that I gave a voice for people who never had a voice, and telling about their past, but also telling about stories of connections of neighborhoods, of people who live together. So for me, UF represents that. I have been here since 2005. My husband also is a faculty member in political science, and we think that UF really is always looking for change, to make meaningful things to the society, whether the student society or the community of Gainesville at large, and just to be there and listening, or expressing issues that are fundamental for the larger community is just fascinating. So I am very confident to be, specifically as a Muslim woman with a veil, that there is no way for anyone to feel that I don't have a place. I feel like I'm respected, I'm honored. My students are just fascinated with topics that they didn't have a chance to get from other people. So my role as an academic, as I was as a student, is always to be giving. And that's also that I cherish from my own upbringing. And as I was preparing for this small gathering, and I found one thing that I would like to share, which is I come from the Muslim family that cherish learning, and learning is based on the Islamic religion, that the first verse ever to be believed to to be transmitted from God through Gabriel to Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, is that read in the name of your Lord. And this idea of reading, of writing, of learning, keeping your mind in the process of learning about everything, and we shouldn't be limiting ourselves, because the knowledge, the idea of knowledge, is what is going to allow us to have a good life, to have productive life, to have our potential. We don't know how much we have until we try. So that's my call for students, for colleagues, for anyone, to always don't be ignorant, or don't be arrogant. So arrogance sometimes is what makes us go back and think just about ourselves. But when we are like humble, we listen to each other, we listen to our students, we take a thought seriously, and we debate it, we think about it, we share it. I think that's what will make this community better, and also worldwide also. Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum.